guys, welcome to my channel. That seems crazy to say. This is my very first YouTube video and I am so excited to start this whole YouTube thing. I've put it off for so long and I honestly don't even know why. I post makeup videos on Instagram, makeup looks on Instagram. I'm constantly doing like makeup because I love it honestly so much that everybody asks me all the time like, why don't you do a YouTube channel, or like, what's your YouTube? And I'm like, I don't have one. So now I do. I'm so excited. If you don't already follow me on Instagram, you should check me out on there. It's sierra.williams. I have a lot of different makeup looks on there and some short little videos, but this is my first ever official like tutorial, so I cannot wait. But thanks for checking it out. Subscribe and like the video. Is that what you say? I don't even know. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, check me out on Instagram. I'm gonna post videos every Monday, Makeup Monday. So subscribe to my channel so you don't miss them. I'm excited. I have a lot of really fun ideas for what I want to post on here. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get into the video. So when I was thinking about what I wanted to film for my very first YouTube video, I knew it had to be this video. I've struggled with redness my whole life. It's something that just runs in my family. It's not necessarily rosacea, it's not caused by breakouts or like irritated sensitive skin, nothing like that. It's just something my whole family has. Trying to find foundation, if you have redness, if you're watching this video, you know the struggle. You go to get matched and they always want to put you in a darker foundation than you are to try to cover the redness, or they want to give you green makeup to try to neutralize the redness and then do foundation and then do all those steps. They give you like super cakey full coverage foundations, or they just tell you, oh, like accept it, like redness is so cute, it's like you have a natural blush. I mean, I've really heard it all. So if you have redness, you know it's a struggle, and it's taken me years to find the right products that really work for my skin and give me the result that I'm wanting. Alright, I'm gonna jump into this video. Let me just pin my hair back. Let me try to get all these out of the way here. So I start with foundation and I use the Lancome Teint Ultra Wear. Looks like this. I will never use another foundation, I don't think, like consistently. I like to try new foundations, but this is my ride or die, like I'm not even kidding. I looked, like searched for so long for the perfect foundation, and then I tried this and I was like, okay, I found it. I like to use a buffing brush. I know some people like to use a beauty blender, some people like to use like the flat brushes, but what works for me best is going to be like a buffing brush, and then I just work off the back of my hand. So I start off with one pump and then I start right where my skin is the most red, so right here, and then I just go in and just buff it around. I like to do this because I feel like it gives me more coverage with the same amount of product, and it just, like, I love the finish that you get when you buff it in like this too. So I just kind of work it around everywhere, get up on my forehead. I think total I use about 2 pumps of foundation for my whole face, but I like to work in sections. So I start with this side, and you can see like it immediately starts to cover so well. I also get red like right down here. Sometimes I won't be red right away, but throughout the day, like I'll get a little bit of redness like right on my jawline. So I like to just put it there knowing as I get red, it's going to cover it up. So that is what one pump does. The reason I love this foundation is I feel like it gives me that full coverage, but it's not super heavy. And I have like freckles, and you can still see the freckles. So it covers the redness. I didn't have to use like a bunch of green. I didn't have to look like Shrek for 2 minutes before I put on my foundation. I use the shade 215N. So even though I'm obviously a cool tone, my whole body has a lot of pink in it. But I like to do more neutral when it comes to foundations, concealers, and powder. Okay, so that's one pump. Let me pull my hair back here so you can really see. So this side has one pump, and this side nothing. And you can still see like a tiny bit of pink right through here. I leave it. Technically I could do like another pump and really cover it, but I use a full coverage concealer, and then I also use like a brightening powder in that area, so I feel like by the time all of my steps are done, I have the exact coverage that I want without it being too heavy. I really like to build instead of just putting on like 5 layers of foundation and then concealer and then more. So now I'm going to go in, do the same thing on the other side. The only place that I don't put the foundation would be directly under my eyes because I do use, like I said, a full coverage concealer, so I'll get the coverage that I want under there by using that. Okay, so that is the foundation, and like I said, I love it because it's full coverage, but it still looks somewhat like my skin. It's just evened out. You can still see like my freckles coming through right here, and then my redness, you can see like a little bit of pink still coming through, which I don't mind because of the concealer. And I use the matching concealer to the foundation, so it's from Lancome as well, the Teint Ultra Camouflage Concealer. This concealer is amazing. Like, once I used this concealer the first time, I was like, whoa, like this is good. I like to use it just with my finger, so I just take it just on my finger here. I know, again, some people will use a sponge, some people will use a brush. I just like to use my finger because I feel like it warms up the product, so it blends really nicely into my skin, and then it's really easy to get right up underneath the eye. I'm not like poking myself with a brush or anything like that. This is the shade 90, so it is lighter than my foundation, but I feel like if you look at this side and you look at this side's just so much brighter. And then I just take my brush that I use for foundation just to make sure the two are nice and blended together. So I used to bake under my eyes. I used to do a whole bunch of crazy stuff to really get that brightening effect. And then I discovered this brightening powder. And this brightening powder changed the game for me. This is from Dragun Beauty. If you know Nikita Dragun on YouTube, this is her makeup line, and it has 2 powders here, the pinker toned one or the yellow toned one. I like the pinkier one just based on my undertones, and I'm more fair, so I feel like the pinkier one looks a bit better on fair skin tones. So I take it on a little brush like this, and then I just tap everywhere that I put the concealer. And I don't know what kind of magic this is made with, honestly, but it's so good. I dip into it probably like 2 to 3 times to really set. And I just love how bright this makes under my eyes, and it sets my concealer so it doesn't crease. But like, look at how big of a difference that makes. Like, when I started using this right when it came out, I feel like it's been maybe like a year. Yeah, I think like a year, and this is my second one. I just got this one because I use it so much. I will sometimes use the yellow shade, just depends, like if I self tan, which I don't really do that often, or if I wear like a lot of bronzer, do like a really bronzy look, then I'll use the yellow because I feel like it looks really nice. But every day I'll use just that pinkier shade. So to set the rest of my face, I like to use a loose powder, and I've tried so many different types of loose powders. If you follow Jaclyn Hill at all, who I absolutely love, she talks about the Lancome Absolute powder. I love that one. It's really, really good, but right now, because we're in a pandemic and we're wearing masks all the time, I feel like that one will transfer onto my mask a little bit because it's kind of a colored powder. So I like to use right now a translucent powder. So I use the one from Mercier, just the translucent loose powder. This one's amazing. So I just like to take a big fluffy brush, get some powder on there, and then just press it on the lower parts of my face going to my forehead. And I also like to kind of go over my brows a little bit. I obviously did my brows and my eyes first. I usually do that every day. So when I go in with the powder part, if you go over your brows a little bit, it'll make sure to take out any shine left over from if you use a gel or kind of a waxy pencil. It just takes the shine out, which I feel like makes the brows look more natural. And then I always make sure I get my neck area too, since I do put foundation down there. Okay, so now the powder is all done. I'm going to go in and do some contouring. I have gone back and forth. I've tried like the Kat Von D contour kit. Right now I'm using the Anastasia one, but I've never found like a contour that I'm like obsessed with. So if you have a favorite, put it in the comments below. I love trying new things, but for today, I do like the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit. The reason I'm kind of looking for something different is I only use this shade. Like, I don't really use the brightening powders in this. I feel like they're a little bit dry, honestly, whereas the one from Dragun Beauty really brightens my eye and it never looks dry. So I always hit pan on that middle shade and really no other shade. I just take the brush right at the top of the ear, wiggle back and forth, and then always blend upwards, never really down here. So back and forth, blending up, and then I also like to take it around my forehead. So I just pull my hair back a little bit and then just go right at the top, kind of on the crown here, along my hairline. And then I don't do crazy nose contour or anything. I just kind of take a little bit more just along the sides of my nose, not with like a really tiny brush or anything, just to kind of bronze the nose so it's not left completely blank. Okay, now I gotta do my favorite part, which is highlighting. I remember the first highlighter I think I ever used was from Jaclyn Hill and Becca. It was Champagne Pop, and it changed my life. That seems dramatic, but honestly, like, I never really did like highlight before. Ever since then, I've never looked back. Like, highlighting is my favorite part. I think it looks so nice. I'm gonna use the Benefit highlighter called Cookie. I just use like a random little brush. I don't like to do a fan brush because I like the highlight to go on like pretty pigmented. And I just take it right at the top of my cheekbone, wiggle it back and forth. And you can see, like, it gives the best glow. Like, I can't. I'm obsessed with highlighter. I even take it like down my cheek because I put blush on last. So I do contour, then highlight, then blush. So I take it down my cheek because I'll cover it with blush anyway, and then it just gives like a lit from within look. I also like to highlight the chin and then my nose. Okay, so then after highlighter, I like to use blush. I have never found a blush that's like a ride or die for me. Like, contour and blush, if you guys have suggestions, please put them in the comments, because I've tried a lot of different blushes. Some of them I really like, and some of them are just okay. The one I'm going to use today is from Lancome. It's called Everyday Coral. I just got it in this little mini like blush. I think it came in a gift or something. It's a really pretty color. I'm just not obsessed with it. I guess I'm hard to impress when it comes to like cheek colors. With blush, I think I've seen every single person do it differently. And even every like professional makeup artist, I swear they do it a different way. So for me personally, I like to start it back here along where my contour is at. Not all the way back, but about halfway. So I started about right here, and then just wiggle it back and forth, bring it down onto my cheek. I just feel like if I start it on my cheek, it's too much product right there. Whereas if I start in the middle, it gives me a little bit in the front and then a little bit blended backwards. This blush is pretty. I'm like, oh my god, I don't like any blush. This one I do like, but I wouldn't say it's like a ride or die like some of the products that I have. And then I love blush on the nose. Like, I know I've heard some people really don't like it. Some people have never heard of it. I think it's so cute. Like, there's something so feminine about blush on the nose. And not a lot. Like, I just use whatever's left over on my brush and just kind of work it in and then keep blending the rest of my blush. Then what I like to do is I just take my big fluffy brush that I use for my powder, and then I put my lips in. What this does is I feel like it really blends. If there's any harsh lines or if anything's too close, it blends it out and softens it. Okay, so then the last thing I do is setting spray. With setting spray, I've used a lot of different kinds. I've used Urban Decay All Nighter. I've used Benefit has a new one. It's like a pore smoothing one. It's pretty good. My favorite one though has been the Morphe Continuous Spray. I love this one because it's like aerosol. Okay, now it's everywhere. That backfired. But I love this one, and I use quite a lot of it. So let me just move my hair out of the way. I basically like my face to look wet, because something about using a lot of setting spray, it like melts all my makeup together, and I feel like once it's dry it looks so smooth, so glowy. Like, just wait till it's dry. Alright, and this is a finished look. Thank you guys, if you've made it here, if you've made it to this, thank you so much, honestly, for making it through my first video. I hope you learned something new maybe, or found a product that you hadn't heard of that you want to give a try. I love every single product I talk about in this video. I truly love so much. Like, I use it religiously every single day. This exact routine is what I do. So I hope you liked it. Thank you for sticking with it to the very, very end. I'm going to be posting videos every Monday, Makeup Monday. So yeah, I cannot wait, but thank you so much. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel. Now I have a channel, that seems so crazy to say, but I'm really excited. And check out my Instagram. I have a lot of other makeup looks on there as well. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much. What are you supposed to say in the beginning of these things? I really don't even know. Hey guys, welcome back to my, no, I'm not doing that. I don't even know what I'm supposed to say at the beginning of these, but let me try to figure this out. Hey guys, welcome back. Not welcome back. This will be the first video, so welcome back. Oh my god.